Richard Fuchs. Richard Fuchs, German, Fux, composer and architect, was born in Karlsruhe, Baden, Germany, on 26 April 1887 and died in Wellington, New Zealand, on 22 September 1947. The German national team Olympic football player Gottfried Fuchs was his younger brother. Life. Fuchs was in the German army and was awarded the Iron Cross. He was active in the Judischer Kulturbund Baden and president of the B'nai B'rith Lodge in Karlsruhe in the 1930s. He designed the Jernsbach synagogue destroyed in Kristallnacht in 1938, among other buildings, few of which survive. After Kristallnacht, he was incarcerated at the age of 50, along with his brother Walter, on 1 November 1938 for some weeks in Dachau concentration camp. He was released when his application to emigrate to New Zealand was accepted, and he did so via England, arriving on 17 April 1939, bringing with him a selection of his compositions listed below. In Wellington he worked as an architect with Natasch and Sons. However, whereas in Germany he was persecuted as a Jew, in New Zealand he was shunned as a German. He wrote further chamber music, another string quartet, and a piano quintet, songs, including a New Zealand Christmas to the words of Eileen Duggan, which was sung for the Queen during her 1953 visit to Rotorua by a Maori girls' choir, and in a broadcast to schools by T.J. Tommy Young's Children's Choir. Legacy. Apart from some songs and a string quartet, few of Richard Fuchs's compositions were performed in his lifetime. Now, he is virtually unknown, but there are moves to revive his work. In 2007, students of the Hochschule für Musik Karlsruhe performed some of the chamber music of Richard Fuchs at a special concert given in his memory. In May 2008, the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra played a symphonic movement in F minor by Richard Fuchs, composed in 1943. Chamber music that he wrote in New Zealand, including piano quintet in D minor 1941 and string quartet in E major 1945, and his song In der Fremde 1937, were performed at a concert at Government House in 2008. His earlier chamber music, String Quartet in D minor 1932, was played in Auckland in 2009 together with some of his songs. A film about the life of Richard Fuchs, the third Richard I to being Wagner and Strauss, has been produced by his grandson Danny Mulhern. Four of New Zealand's foremost singers, Richard Grieger, Roger Wilson, Jenny Wallerman, and Margaret Medlin, recorded a CD of songs by Richard Fuchs, In a Strange Land, accompanied by Richard Mapp and Bruce Greenfield, in 2011. His oratorio Vom jüdischen Schicksal, Jewish Fate, was performed for the first time in Karlsruhe in January 2020. Biographical notes and compositions are in the manuscript collection of the Alexander Turnbull Library, Wellington, New Zealand. Fuchs, Richard Dr. 1887-1947 papers. Works: A Symphony for a Large Orchestra, Music for 8 Wind Instruments, A Piece for Choir, 4 Soloists and Orchestra, Vom jüdischen Schicksal, Jewish Fate, set to poems by Karl Wolfskehl and Susskind von Trimberg, A String Quartet, Songs for Soprano and Orchestra, Frühling, set to text by Arno Hals, A Piano Quintet, numerous songs to texts by Hein, Holland, and many others,